going on, everyone? What's happening? What's going on? Welcome on in. Coffee with Brodes. I'm tired as hell. I'm beat. That is correct. Those are my statements. I'm kind of setting up here still. Oh, man. What a morning. I am exhausted. What is going on here? Whew. All right. What's up, everyone? We need a six-man badly. We need a lot of things. Besides the 76ers, they piss me off. Oh, I'm so happy besides the 76ers. I see you're wearing the all black for the funeral tonight. That's not all black. You know, I don't know many funerals that rock a logo of Brodes' face on it. You know what I'm saying? That would be a very actually sad funeral considering it might be mine. I hope that's not the case. So, no, not all. Although I do have black shorts on. Maybe I did this without knowing. Maybe this is me foreshadowing what's the problem. What's going to happen, I should say. Uh-oh, now I'm nervous. Name is Colin says, I pray that Ben Simmons shuts my mouth for bad-mouthing his game, but I have gave up on him. Now, you even if he had a good game, you're not wrong. He just sucked for 2 straight playoff games where he had like 4 shots last game and went 4 of 14. I can't even get it out of my mouth. Like, what? You're not wrong. Even if he has a good game, you're not wrong. Brodes, do we have to be 50? Got to go up 50 to be safe? I don't even know if that lead's safe. Is any lead safe? Are we safe at 50? I don't know. Whoops. Hit the wrong button. Philly for life. Ben Simmons. Gonna prove y'all wrong. What does that mean? One game, now all of a sudden we're wrong? I don't think one game means we're wrong at all. We're still right. Because guess what? He'll do whatever he wants to do this one game. If he explodes, he'll do this again the following. He'll do this again some point down the road. This is more him than it's not him. He'll have a big game somewhere along the lines. Ben Simmons does have big games. Guess what? This is unacceptable. And we've already seen it a handful of times this playoff run. So the only way he proves us wrong is if he goes for 12 straight games of dominance and goes and wins a title. Or however many more they need. Whatever it is. I don't even know what it is off the top of my head, but however many more wins they need. If they do that and he drops 18, 12, and 9 during that spurt, then I'll be all right. I have my coffee here yet. I'm just not taking a sip because it's too hot. If he gets 28, 12, and 12 in one game, like, well, it's one basketball game. I say, okay, show me for 50 fucking more in a row. Because you can do that then. If that's the case, he can do 28, 12, and 12. He just doesn't do it when he plays other games. So what happens, Philly for life, when he gets 28, 12, and 12, and then the next game he gives you 4 points, or he goes 1 of 3 from the field. I mean, one game of 28, 12, and 12, I'll wipe my ass with one game. That's nothing. Yeah, he's supposed to be doing that. And he hasn't done it. Robert, it's unbelievable thinking that it could be the Hawks waiting for the Nets or Bucks. It's a great point. It really is pretty damn wild to think about. I'm not going to lie. It's actually pretty insane. Trae Young, is it too much? I love this. I love this conversation as if, like, the Hawks are so damn good. The Sixers just have no idea. The Sixers are just pissing this away themselves. This is a full-on collapse by the Sixers. When you're up 26 points, when you're up 18 points, you're in control. You make the decisions. You fuck it up. The Sixers fucked it up. Now, Atlanta, give them credit. They are making some shots and whatnot. The Sixers are fine. the series should be over already. I thought it would be done in 6, to be honest with you. I thought 6 was what we were kind of looking at. So I thought, and just looking at it realistically, I thought tonight it would end with the Sixers up 3-2. So I thought that's really where we would be. Mr. 89, if we lose this series, as harsh as this sounds, I don't want Simmons to just leave Philly. I want him out of the NBA. No team deserves to watch a God-given talent waste their time and money. Well, he's going to be in the NBA, so there's nothing happening there. He will be in the league. He will be playing in the league. He will not just get shipped out of the league. Another squad is going to think that they can get the most out of him, or they can, change him. The Sixers have this attitude from their players, acting like they already won something when they haven't. I don't know. I don't really sense that they have an attitude in terms of like they think they're too good. I don't think that's what it is. I don't think it's that at all. I think they're struggling down the stretch. Why? Well, they haven't done it before. They've never done it. Why? Because they play 5-on-4 all game long. Why? Because Ben Simmons can't shoot a basketball. Why? I don't know. Why? I don't know. Why? I don't know. But they've never done it. They've never been able to close. And to think that a 7'2" center is going to be this guy that creates and knocks down all these shots at the end of every game, it doesn't work that way. All the greats, all the great big men in this league, they had that secondary piece to help them out, close games. You don't have it. You just don't have it. Why? Because Ben Simmons doesn't shoot a basketball. So happy the Bucks forced to Game 7. I wouldn't have cared either way. If the Nets won in 6, kudos. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I want to see more Kevin Durant. I want to see more Kevin Durant in special moments. So, I'm kind of pulling for him. I want to see a 48-minute performance drop in basically a 50-point triple-double. I want that. I want those playoff moments. I want to see more Kevin Durant going off. So, Ben Simmons needs to take a page out of Giannis's book. Be aggressive. No one can stop you. There's a side of Giannis, though, that I still don't like, to be honest. And I know they forced a Game 7, and that's way better than where the Sixers are right now. And Giannis is clearly more willing to do a lot of things offensively that Ben Simmons is not willing to do at all and won't change his mindset. But I still don't love Giannis's game. If you told me Ben Simmons was Giannis, I'm still pissed off. There's still things that I really hate that I think is going to hold him back. He can't shoot. I mean, he can't shoot. Now, he's bigger and he's willing to go to the basket more and this and that. But, I mean, Giannis can't shoot either. He's willing. Whoop-de-doo. 1 of 9 from 3. What was it the other night? 1 of 8, 1 of 9. He just kept shooting. Look, Giannis is a better player than Ben Simmons is. But, people are saying to check Woj. So let's see what we got. Celtics are trading Kemba Walker. You knew that was coming. Celtics are trading Kemba Walker and the 16th overall pick and some second rounders for Al Horford and Moses Brown. All right, nice. You knew that was happening. Horford back. Yeah, Horford's a shell, though. I mean, I ain't worried about no Horford on the Celtics are a joke. The Celtics are a laughing matter. So I don't really care too much for them. Yes, that is true. Kemba did just get traded. Kemba got traded. Now, see, I don't look at it as, see right here, someone just said Kemba just got out of Celtics or whatever. Kemba was one of the reasons why the Celtics sucked. Kemba sucks. Kemba sucks. You don't win with Kemba Walker. And that's why when he got traded there, I was laughing. What are they doing? What are they doing making that move or signing that contract, getting him there? All that nonsense. Kemba Walker is not good. You don't win with Kemba. It's not, wow, the Celtics, let Kemba go breathe somewhere else or Kemba was the reason why they stunk. He stinks. Kemba's not good. He's 6 foot. Now he's going where? To OKC? Pretty crazy, though, that they had to give up. I mean, the compensation itself is pretty damn hilarious. Yeah, that's the funny part about it. It's the compensation for the Celtics that's miserable as well. How much is even left on that Al Horford contract, though? Is it like a year or two? At this point, keep in mind, there's not too much left on it. Brodes, how many free throws will Ben Simmons make tonight? Wow. So he's on the opposing team's floor. There'll probably be some version of hack a Ben, but I don't think he gets to the line 14 times. So I'm going to have to go with 2? 2? Maybe? Oh, there's 2 years left of Al Horford's deal. So I don't know what the Celtics are doing. I have no idea what they're doing. I don't know what trades they're making. They're giving away first rounders or giving away second rounders. 1 of 6, that's a very, very high percentage. That's so sad, isn't it? So sad. Simmons, not a big, flashy stat sheet guy. What is he then, Philly? Can someone tell me what he is? Because I was told he was an elite defender. My mother would have waxed him last night on the court, or 2 nights ago, whenever the hell that game was. He would have been ice skating, because my mom would have dropped his ass with a crossover. He sucked defensively. Why? Because he's worried about this. He's worried about the free throws. He's worried about the offense. He's worried about the hack-a-ben. He's so worried about everything else that it takes him out of his environment defensively as well. No, you don't trade Tony Bradley for Ben Simmons. Come on. That's terrible. Why would the Celtics do this trade? I mean, they clearly want to get rid of Kemba Walker, but if you're bringing in that type of money back, which obviously you have to match contracts and whatnot, I don't know why you'd rather have 2 years of Al Horford compared to Kemba. And I don't even like Kemba. I think Kemba stinks. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe they think that they can do something with Al Horford that no other team could figure out what to do. Any confidence in Toby tonight? I don't think he's going to have 4 points. I think 4 points is a little aggressive. Like, in terms of, aggressively low. I don't think that it's going to be that aggressively low. So I don't know if it's going to be a straight-up 20-point efficient night. I don't think it's going to be 4 points, though. Definitely not. I anticipate some all-bench lineups being out too much, though. Or all-bench and Toby. Brodes, do you think that they win tonight? I do. I actually do. I think they send it back to Philadelphia. They're the better team. They were up 18 in Game 4, up 26 in Game 5. It's not just out of nowhere that that's what they're doing. They're doing it for a reason. They're in that position for a reason. They are the better team. So, and they have their backs against the wall. It's hard to close out a team. I do think they bring it back home for 7. Mullet petition for Alvarado. Change coffee with Brodes to teabagging with Ben. Oh, my God. If they win the chip, that's how confident you should be. Meek Mill wouldn't even look at him. Oh, man, that's fucking hilarious. What is it? Teabagging with Ben? No, come on. We can't be doing that. I haven't even taken a sip of my coffee yet, to be honest with you. I haven't even taken my coffee yet. Now, I know who Moses Brown is, but it's still laughable what they did. Oh, yeah, Anna Horford. Still. Thank you so much, Mullet petition. Anna Horford, yeah, she's probably loving it right now for sure. We'll go through a little bit of Moses Brown's numbers. He averaged 21 minutes per game. He shoots, well, he doesn't. Wait, where's the... He gets off about 6 field goals a game, averages 8.6 points per game. He's like a bouncy center, if you will. Gets a little bounce in him. Got a little spark in him, if that makes sense. Yeah, well, it's not like, look, He is. He's a nice young little player, but he ain't anything. He ain't anything like special here. You know, we know they have center problems. I don't think Moses Brown is like should Joel Embiid be afraid of a 21-year-old Moses Brown? As great as, or I should say, as exciting as a young little player as he is, I wouldn't go too overboard. We got $3 donation coming in saying, what do you think we can get for Ben if we trade him? I honestly have no idea. I don't know what his value is around the league after a second round exit because of him. I don't think it's the same. Clearly, you know, in my brain, I like to think you get guys like Damian Lillard, and that starts the package, and you can go out and get a star and just put together a really nice package, first round picks, and maybe someone off the bench and this and that. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it is more of the Zach LaVine. But why would the Bulls do that? Why would the Bulls trade Zach LaVine for Ben Simmons? I was anti that because I wanted more. Now, that might be the category that you get if you're lucky. If you're lucky. I don't even think it gets you that anymore. Because I know if I'm in the front office of Chicago and I get a call, yeah, I don't want Ben Simmons anymore. I want Zach LaVine, I'd laugh. Now I would. Nah, I ain't doing nothing like that. If you tell me you're trading him for like a 19-year-old coming out of college or a 20-year-old, I don't. I want something proven. I want something in this league. I'd be very, very disappointed if out of the Ben Simmons debacle, you end up getting like a top 3 NBA pick number. Like, that's what we get. I got high expectations. I got a guy like in my brain now, LaVine, who can give you 30 right off the jump. I got Damian Lillard on my brain, and you're telling me I got a 20-year-old that I got to wait and I got to watch and this and that. And no. The window's now. The window's now. You got Joel Embiid. You have Joel Embiid in his prime. I ain't playing around with waiting for some guy to grow, wait for him to learn, experience playoff losses. We're done with that. Well, it wouldn't be straight up Ben for Dame. You'd have to put together a good package, but if Damian Lillard wants out of there, then it's a different conversation. Kyle Lowry? Yeah, I still think you're missing something, though. If it's Kyle Lowry and Joel Embiid and Tobias Harris, I don't hate it. I just don't know if I love it. Like, Damian Lillard and Joel Embiid. Yeah. I'll agree. I mean, I'll admit this. LaVine, Embiid, and Tobias, that's not deadly either. You need a Kevin Durant. You need that. Joel Embiid, now he's been struggling to close out games. It's just hard for a 7'2" guy playing 5-on-4 to close out games. His numbers in the fourth quarter have been pretty brutal as of late. He's clearly still learning in that area on how to do that part of it. He has not done it yet. He's trying to figure out how to get that goal accomplished. If you need someone who can create like a legitimate guard, a perimeter create help to make that happen. And you don't have it. You don't have it. You trade Simmons, Joel goes to the long-term injury list, then what? But best for both parties for Simmons to go? Peter, I don't know what you're talking about. Joel going to long-term injury list. He's been playing all year. Sure, he's had nicks along the way, but he's playing and dropping 40 points on a torn meniscus. I hope Ben Simmons goes too. There's no way that you could defend Ben Simmons, Peter. Ben Simmons blows. I mean, it's the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen. He's getting mocked by the entire league. I think he knows it. I think you can see it in his face. You can see it in his face. $3 coming in. Do you think that the Sixers are willing to run it back? This is from JMCP Photos. I sure hope not. I really, 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 really hope not. I really hope not. I would be extremely disappointed if I had to watch a Sixers season play out next year where it's the same team because Ben Simmons stinks and nothing's going to change with him. He's going to be this way forever. This is who he is. Nothing's going to be added to his offensive game. He'll run up full speed. He'll hand the ball off, and then he'll run in the dunker spot. It's a joke. It's a joke. Yeah, but Meme, you got to remember, why would the Nuggets ever do that? Why would the Nuggets say, we're going to break up a team that we have that's consistently pushing in some playoff runs here between Jokic and Murray for a guy who doesn't shoot. No one is going to do it. Like, if I'm the Denver Nuggets and I get a phone call from Philadelphia, hey, I'll give you Ben for Murray and I'll give you fuck no. Fuck no. No way. I have something nice here with Murray and Jokic. They're both super young. Hell, they're what you want Joel and Ben to be. Why would I break that up out of nowhere? There's just no reason. Yeah, the Nuggets are title contenders-ish now. Fuck no. Ben Simmons for Julius Randle? Fuck no. So what? We have Tobias, Julius Randle. Come on now. I mean, did you watch what he's... Nice story, okay? You don't win with Julius Randle. I tried telling everybody. Julius Randle is now Kevin? You need Kevin Durant. You need Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Joel Embiid. Julius Randle is like a fourth option on an NBA championship team. So now you're telling me that you have Tobias Harris, who's extremely overpaid. You'd have Julius Randle and then Joel Embiid, who's playing any other position. No way. We need legitimate talent. Ben for Joe. Who's Joe? What am I missing here? Ben for Joe. I'm trying to think on who Joe is. Joe Mama? That's probably what it is. Joe Mama. I'll take my mother. At least I might be able to cross over Ben Simmons, as I said. I beat you to the punchline, my friend. I beat you to the punchline. Yes, Seth Curry's under contract. Seth Curry's under contract for a little bit of time for about $8 million per year or so, in that range. I don't even know if I would like, I mean, like, I would like McCollum. He can help shoot, but that you're still not even, you're missing a lot. But maybe that's reality. Maybe that's reality of the situation. At some point, you realize, like, Ben Simmons can get you a CJ McCollum. Like, maybe that's where we're at, where we anticipated Damian Lillard, and he ends up getting you the Robin that is one of the reasons why Damian Lillard wants out of Portland, because they can't win. Not that CJ McCollum stinks, although we did have a really bad playoff run this year. There's got to be something to it. That maybe that's what he gets us at this point. Oh, Guapo says, I hate Ben Simmons. Join the party. It's funny. There really isn't any more like Ben Simmons stands out there. Everyone basically turned on him at this point. And it's the right way to go, though. I mean, it's not our fault. I think you can tell. I think Ben Simmons can tell. I think he feels he's not a dumb person. I think he recognizes what's going on here, and he's feeling it. I do think that there's a part of that in play. $2 coming in from Samson. Imagine if they traded for Lowry. Teams effed up. I don't even know. Are you saying teams fucked up for not trading for Lowry, or are you saying they fucked up by not trading for Kyle Lowry? Because I don't know. Are they in a different spot? They traded for Kyle Lowry? Maybe. I mean, your bench is already, it would be even thinner. You wouldn't have Danny Green, which you don't have now anyway because of injury. You'd probably lose Matisse Thybulle or Tyrese Maxey. I almost look at it as it's probably for the best they didn't do it. Even though I wanted them to do it, and I would have made the push at the time. Now that you have hindsight, I don't think it was necessarily a bad thing that they didn't do it. I don't think that it's the worst thing in the world. Because now you can kind of look at what you have, assess it, and then make the proper moves for next season. That's where I'm at with it. You can kind of look, okay, what do we have in Maxey? What do we have in Thybulle? What are we doing with Ben? Okay, Danny's a free agent. How are we filling in that role? How are we maneuvering around that? That's kind of where I'm at. You're not getting, that doesn't make sense. Ben is a max contract player. Tobias is a max contract player. You can't just start trading everyone and then just bring in Damian Lillard. There's contracts to these. Yeah, Bradley Beal, I think, is maybe in play. Maybe. Maybe. Fuck no, Michael. No. Like, this is the thing. One game does not change this. If he plays a good game, Ben Simmons is capable of playing a good game. He's played good games in this playoff run, except for the last two, and then you can maybe argue one in Washington. There's been great games sprinkled in with bad games. He can play a good game. Long term, though, he's screwed. He won't shoot a basketball. So, no. I mean, if you're talking about 4-game-6 tonight, one game, maybe. Maybe for one game. Not forever. Forever, it's done. Forever, it's toast. We're done with the Ben Simmons thing for the long term. For the short term, maybe. I'll tell you what, though, this is fucking me up because I can't even do Phillies Dodgers recaps. I can't do anything. Open ice hits, nothing. I got nothing. You know, like when you're this deep in a Sixers type of debacle, there's really not much you can do. I still haven't taken a sip of my coffee. I'm not feeling, I don't know, I know I have a hoodie on or whatever, but my office gets hot when I have all my electronics on. And I think with the hoodie, but I had my tattoo done yesterday. So, like, it's all covered up and gooky. And there's a lot going on here. But, yeah, I'm not feeling my coffee right now, which is the strangest thing in the world. Win or lose, Morey was definitely trading. But I hope so. I hope Doc Rivers doesn't have something to say about that. Like, I want him here because Doc means what he says. I don't think Doc's bullshitting around. I don't think he's joking. Like, he means what he says. He truly understands. Like, he doesn't understand, but what he says, he means. And I think there's an element of Doc Rivers wants him here. And if Daryl Morey and Doc Rivers, if you remember in the beginning, I've been trying to work with this guy for X amount of years since Boston, this and that. I've always wanted to work with Doc Rivers. Well, always wanted to work with Doc Rivers, huh? They're going to have a lot of communication. A lot of communication. I'm trying to see what else is going on in the Boston Celtics world. Anna Horford's tweeting a gif of Al Horford in Boston, all excited. Here's a video of Tobias Harris, 2 and 5 in the second half of Game 4. He was 0 and 4 in the second half of Game 5. No. Unreal. Here's Larry Brown on Ben Simmons. I would tell him, I trust your ass. I would tell him I trust your ass. If you miss free throws or you miss a shot, it's on my ass for playing you. So what do you have to lose? Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Doc Rivers has been saying all season long, I trust you. That's all he's been saying. It's been that the whole time. I trust you. Another Woj bomb, or is it the Woj bomb from before? Because if it's the Woj bomb from before, I mean, Sixers wire, that happened 10 minutes ago. Yeah, there's not much more to it. Except for the compensation side of things. Boston gets financial flexibility moving off of the $73 million owned to Walker with the return to Al Horford. OKC has 3 first-round picks now. Thunder can work with Walker on what's next for him as they did with CP3, Melo, and Horford. Okay. I don't know if that gets it done. What the hell does Shake Milton have in terms of, like if a team calls me and goes, Shake Milton, I'm like, okay. All right. Shake Milton has zero value to spice anything up. Jack says Ben is just in a slump like Francisco Lindor was in. Really? It's been a 5-year slump. Huh. I'm waiting. Huh. Was Francisco Lindor in a 5-year slump? Or what's going on here? Because Ben's in a 5-year offensive slump. He's your all-star, back end of your all-star bench. Coaches vote him in. Players vote him in. He'll be an all-star every year. That's who he is. And then the playoffs, can't do a damn thing. Yeah, I was listening to the game the other night. Who was it? Who was playing was it the Clippers? What other series is going on right now? I forget what game. It might have even been the Nets Bucks. It might have been. It might have been Nets Bucks. But the broadcast was talking about how about Trae Young, and then they're like, how about Ben Simmons? This guy in the fourth quarter, he's doing nothing. He's basically just standing there. I'm like, in the fourth quarter, in the fourth, try the first and the second and the third. Try every fucking quarter. Try all the time. Not just the fourth. The fourth is when it matters, though. But it also it matters more. Obviously, you got to have you have an all-star. It's funny. I was listening to Sports Talk Radio a little bit yesterday, right? I was listening to Mikey Miss. There was a caller that said, or no, wait. I was flipping around a little bit. This might have been when I was listening to Mike Gill on 97.3 ESPN. And a caller said, name me an all-star that can't be on the court in crunch time of a postseason playoff game. There's never going to be again all-stars, consistent all-stars that can't be on the floor to help your team out during a playoff game in crunch time. It's never going to happen again. Never, ever, ever. It's the craziest thing in the world. Who am I keeping? I mean, you have to keep. It's not like you can just start changing everything here. You have Tobias. You have Joel. You have Seth Curry. I would get rid of Ben Simmons. Danny Green's gone. That's why I would probably, you can find shooters. I know Danny Green is a very important veteran role player, but he's more than a role player. He's more than a role player. That's for damn sure. But you can properly fill that role. You can. But I would say Tobias, Joel, Seth Curry. Move on from Ben Simmons, and then you fill in that Danny Green role. And that's kind of where you're at. That's what I would do. Then from there, you got another year of Matisse, another year of Maxey. George Hill is a bum. His ass is out of here. Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard, if he wanted to, I don't have a problem. But he's been hit or miss, But I don't know also what type of big man that you're going to get that's going to be significantly better than Dwight Howard is at times. Like, he's a monster on the glass, but he's also brutal at times. But I wouldn't be opposed to having Dwight Howard here again. Yeah, but we're also talking about we need George Hill for 6 minutes. You know what I mean? They needed, we did too. And that's the sad thing. When we thought about George Hill here, what did we say? Well, with Ben Simmons blowing, he could play in the fourth quarter in the back stretch and run your offense. Fuck no. He can't even do that in the second quarter when it's a 20-point lead. But that's sad. The fact that we're trying to the fact that George Hill coming in here to run your offense in the fourth was even a conversation is pretty damn brutal on its own mind. And its right self, maybe, is what I'm looking for. My first sip of coffee, it's a little cold. Yeah, I'm in a weird mood. I'll end up reheating this whole coffee and drinking it when the show's over. Bobby Stevens with $5 donation. I wish Doc would give us Mike Singletary post-game. I want winners. Instead, we got liberal arts teacher excuses. Yeah, to me, you can say anything you want to say. It doesn't really matter. Even though I get frustrated when he babies Ben Simmons and he does this, he does that. At the end of the day, it just comes down to what happens on the court. So you can say whatever you want to say in a post-game presser, but just fucking show me on the court. Yeah, I would like more fire. I would like this. I like that. Doc's been around forever. These are NBA athletes. Kicking, screaming, punching holes in the wall. I don't know. These are pro athletes. In 2021, may I add. Not in 1972. So, just go win. Just go win. I'll still rip your comments on Ben Simmons no matter what, Doc. But just go win. Thank you so much, Bobby, for donating $5. Oh, here we go. I got a buddy who's a diehard Boston fan, right? My man Tig. He's a beauty, but he tweets this out. Horford sat half the season due to OKC wanting to build the young roster, not due to injury. Arrested Horford with experience and actual vet leadership is huge for this team, especially next to Rob Williams. So he ends up looking at it for a positive, which I'm not surprised. I figured he would try and spin it a little bit more in the positive way, but, Al Horford, he is what he is. He is what he is. Wait, what'd you say, Nathan? Danny Green hurts. His leadership on the court is missed. That is true. But it's not the reason the team folds like a lawn chair. No, the reason why it folds is because you're playing one man down. Imagine if, see, the difference is he's technically on the court, but he's basically doing the same thing. Imagine if you were in a spot where Ben came off the floor and no one else came on. So you were legitimately playing 5-on-4. Like, that's what actually happens. Imagine that, where instead of Ben actually being there doing nothing, you legitimately played 5-on-4. Think about how your mind would change on, like, what's going on. You'd be like, what the hell? What the hell? Well, that's what's happening. You're just being brainwashed by him standing there. He's doing nothing. You're playing 5-on-4. No wonder why this team has tough times struggling down the stretch. It's funny, I got a text from a buddy of mine last night, basically saying, I'll read it to you. I can admit when I'm wrong. Man, oh man, I never would have thought Ben Simmons would come to this. I thought a new coach would have at least got on him a little more, but Doc Rivers has treated him like a child. It's hard to believe. And I responded with, yeah, I remember those days. Brett didn't make Ben shoot. It's all Brett's fault. Brett didn't make Ben shoot. It's all his fault. That was seriously the comments surrounding Brett Brown all last year. All last year. It was Brett Brown's fault that Ben Simmons wouldn't shoot. No. No. And here you go. Here's another coach where the team is folding in crunch time again. So I'll stress it to you one more time. The players have more of an impact than the coach. Okay? Doc Rivers hasn't been good. Brett Brown wasn't good towards the end. The players, a.k.a. Ben Simmons, and his inability to do anything is more of an issue than anything else. It's funny. Look at it this way. You scream that Doc Rivers keeps the bench in too long, which he does. You also have to take Ben Simmons off the floor because the other team's getting an advantage when he's out there. What do you do? What do you do? Do you keep letting Ben fail? Or do you go to your bench? Both suck. Both are horrendous options. What do you do? Now, that's not the only, that's obviously a little too black and white. It's a little too broad, I guess, because there's a lot more in-depth conversation with the Doc Rivers bench unit and the Doc Rivers making the mistakes, I guess you'd say. But yeah, there's a lot more to it for sure. But what do you do in that scenario? One hand, you have Ben Simmons who stinks, and then another hand, your bench stinks, and you can't keep Ben in because they're fouling him and he's not making his free throws. But your bench is also not helping out at all, and they're helping you lose. So what do you do? Robert with $5. Tonight, we dined in hell. Sixers in 7. Let's fucking go. Okay. All right. Feeling good then, huh? Tonight, we dine in hell. See, I'm a little, to me, if it says, tonight we dine in hell, that makes it seem like you're losing. That makes me feel like that means we're losing. But you say Sixers in 7. So I don't know. But I will say, signed a combat veteran. Well, thank you, Robert. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. I'm not ruling this out. I'm not ruling out the 7-game series. I'm not ruling out coming back. I'm not. I think that this team's the better team. Just hard to look that way right now just because of how devastating the other loss was, right? I mean, the other loss was so brutal was so heartbreaking. Just hard to look around it right now. $3 coming in from JMCP. How would I feel about De'Aaron or Lonzo? Lonzo, no. No. De'Aaron Fox, yeah. D'Angelo Russell, man, I feel like I haven't heard anything about him. Like, he went off, he did his thing, and then he kind of just died out, no? Did he play? He got injured, it looks like. He started 26 games, 30 minutes, 19 points. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying you're in the worst position ever with someone who can shoot like he can. He shot almost 39% from 3 this year, but I just feel like I haven't really he hasn't popped. He hasn't popped like we've seen him pop in the previous years where he averaged 23 points per game and started more time. Now it looks like there's some bench minutes coming in play here, not starting. He's only 24. Jesus. Feels like he's way older than that. He's only 24 years old. I don't know. The winning player? Does he scream winning player? I don't know if he does. I don't know if he does. 500 more yen coming in. Knicks D was ranked 1. Sixers, how is this? Knicks D was ranked 1, question mark. Sixers, how is this float lob and flop tray game not countered yet? Imagine a montage of floaters. He's already made it in the second round. Yeah, I mean, it's basic pick and roll game. It's your standard basic pick and roll basketball game where you have to choose. You have to choose your poison here. Is he going to go to the paint and do the floater lob? That's why I screamed, look, he's got a bum shoulder, right? Let him shoot. He's a 34% shooter from 3. He's not 40, 34. He's got a hurt shoulder. Let him shoot. Let him shoot, let him shoot, let him shoot. I'll take that over a floater and over a lob any day of the week. Why is it so hard to stop? It's basic pick and roll stuff. It worked. I mean, every team runs pick and roll action. Sixers can't because Ben Simmons can't shoot. So, I mean, it's literally how the NBA is played. Pick and roll, set a screen, get a mismatch, attack. Pick and roll, or just set a screen, get a mismatch, attack. What are they doing? Setting a screen, getting Trae Young going. He's either going to go towards the paint and throw a lob, or he's going to shoot. Get a mismatch, attack. Over and over and over again. Except for the Sixers, Ben Simmons comes up, stops, hands the ball off, runs behind the basket. Ben Simmons runs up, hands the ball off, runs down low to the basket, does nothing. That's the difference between the two offenses. I mean, they all do it. They really do. Something tonight will allow Trae to get back to the flop game. I don't think he's doing anything wrong, though. I mean, the Trae Young thing, Joel Embiid does it every game. Joel Embiid gets to the foul line 18 times a game, and yet we're going to sit here as Sixers fans and say, I can't believe Trae Young draws fouls. He draws fouls. He draws fouls. He uses his body properly to know how the refs are going to call it where he gets to the foul line. Welcome to Joel Embiid's life. Welcome to James Harden's life. Welcome to any life of a superstar in the NBA or a smart basketball player who is up and coming. Like, welcome to being a bigger name guy in the NBA. That's what happens. That's how it works. I can't believe I had 1 sip of coffee, by the way, in 48 minutes. That's pretty damn crazy. I think I'm just dehydrated. Very dehydrated. Bro, who do you have winning tonight? If you have the Sixers, do you think we can win in 7? And I mean, to lose 3 home games in a playoff series to this Atlanta Hawks team would be absolutely insane. Being down 3-2 is absolutely insane as well, so can't rule anything out. I do think the Sixers win tonight. I do. I just think they're, with their backs against the wall officially and knowing who is on their team and how much stronger their team is than the other team, I would imagine, I'd imagine the Sixers win. I don't think the series is over yet. It's just hard to be in that mode because of how painful the loss was. That's all. I think that's where we're at. I don't think it's over. I don't think it's over tonight. I just feel it's a weird spot to be in considering how terrible, terrible, terrible it really was. Brodes, you looking like your bedroom is filthy. I don't even know what that means. My bedroom is very clean. That's because my fiance is a very clean individual who makes sure that it's very clean. So I don't know what this means, big girl. I have no idea what this means. None. Ha ha ha, that's pretty damn funny. BB says one sip of coffee through 48 minutes. Sounds like Ben Simmons with field goals. That's fun. That's funny. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I think I'm just dehydrated a little bit. I got these packets, these hydration packets. I got to do a better job drinking water in general. I always drink coffee. I'm always drinking drinks that's not water. I know I always have a water bottle down here, and it might seem like when I do record that I'm like always drinking, but like that's all the time that I do drink water. I need to drink more. So I think I'm just like real thirsty for water and not so much coffee at this second, but just weird. It's just coffee with Brodes. I'm addicted to coffee. And it says a lot about how dehydrated I feel I am if this is sitting in front of me fully to the top and I'm going, give me that Fiji. Dwight's going crazy on live stream. Well, that's not good. Should be taking jumpers. What's he doing? What do you mean he's going crazy? Is Kemba Walker? Fuck no. Hell no. Hell no. He's a bum. Kemba Walker is not a winning player. He's one of those guys that just gets some points. He ain't a winning player. He's always injured. Not that Joel Embiid's not always injured. He is, but there's a difference if you can't tell the difference between Kemba Walker and Joel Embiid's dominance. I would not want to touch Kemba Walker with a 5,000-foot pole. With a 5,000-foot pole. All right, we're going to go to Dwight Howard. He's working out. Big Al's returning to the Celtics for revenge. I don't know about all that. I don't think there's going to be an Al Horford revenge tour. All right, let's see Dwight Howard. What's he doing? She said Chick-fil-A Burger King. He's got 710 people watching him right now. It looks like in a hotel room. Like to me, probably not the best day to hop on Instagram Live. And Dwight Howard's a veteran, been around the block, smart man, I'd say. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, why? This fan base is pissed off. This fan base is grossed out by you all. And you're on your Instagram Live just talking about Burger King. What are we doing here? Now, ultimately, it doesn't mean much. Is this the difference in winning a championship or not? No. No, it's not. It's not the difference in going deep into the playoffs. But it's just like the optics of it. You're on the road. It should be all business. That should be the optics. All business. Yeah, we're talking about Burger King. DQN donates $1. Thank you, DQN. Thank you so much. He's literally live streaming a massage. Is it now a massage? Like, I don't understand why you would do that. That's all. I don't understand why we do that at all. Kemba was a winner in college. Guess what? This isn't college. This isn't college. This is the NBA. All right? Ben Simmons was a winner in high school. He was beating up on everybody. It's the NBA. Doesn't work that way. If they play zone, you can't play zone. Who's playing zone defense? Why would you even think that? Like, of course you can't. How are you going to play zone on a team that shoots the ball? How are you going to ever think that playing zone against a team that can shoot is a good idea? It might work against the Sixers. I don't know why anyone would think to go zone at all. Ben Simmons cares more about his own stats than he does winning. See, I disagree with that. That couldn't be farther from the truth. He's two in the other way. He cares more about winning and getting other guys going than he does his own personal stats. And to a degree, it's hurting himself as a player. He'd rather get Seth Curry going. He'd rather get Joel Embiid going. He'd rather get Tobias Harris going instead of himself. So it's the actual opposite of what you just said, where you think he cares about his own stats? My man gets like 4 points in a game they win and doesn't give a shit and doesn't look at it for 1 second. My man takes 4 field goal attempts, and you think he's worried about his own stats? He is not worried about his own stats at all. It's the complete opposite. The complete opposite. He could care less about helping the team. I mean, that's all he does. All he does is distribute the basketball too much. He distributes the basketball way too much. So I don't see how you're seeing it, obviously. I don't see it how you're seeing it, obviously. Okay, DQN comes in with the comment here after the $1 donation. Hey, Brodes, knowing Ben's problems and knowing that he's going to miss, would you still rather him jack up shots or miss? Why can't I have an option of making shots? Like, would I rather him jack up shots and miss or stay efficient low scorer? How about jacking up shots and making? I want that option. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why are we now in a position where our options are he does it, but he stinks, or he doesn't do anything and he's been the terrible offensive player that he is? Why can't I get he's a scorer that can actually make shots? That's what I want. Because he can't at the moment. So you mean right now? Yeah, right now, this very instant. Do I want him jacking up a bunch of shots? No, I don't want him to just be pulling the trigger on 1,000,000,000 shots. No. Michael, no, you do not want Kemba Walker. Oh my God, that would be horrible. I would throw up if the Sixers got Kemba Walker. I'd be so disappointed. I'd be so disappointed. He's not good. He's not good. He's your guy on a bad team that is like that team's guy. He's the guy that a small market needs. A Charlotte Hornet, that type of franchise needs a Kemba Walker, you know? Like something to kind of hold your hat on, something to be, you know, like, hey, we got a big player. We got a big player. Philly lost a playoff game because Ben wanted his 10th assist for a triple-double. That's why they lost a playoff game? I would disagree with that. I don't think that's why they did it. Yeah, he does. He needs to be more selfish with his own game. There's no denying that. That's where it all starts. He needs to be more aggressive offensively. But he won't because he can't shoot a basketball at the free throw line or anywhere for that fact. But literally, he's at what, 32%? I laugh. I laugh thinking about it. Some of it is Doc. 60% of analysts yesterday. Well, do you listen to those analysts? A lot of those analysts say a lot of dumb things. He's at the top of the list who blows leads in the play. Oh, yeah, there's no denying that there's a common theme between blowing leads and Doc Rivers. For sure. For sure. But the biggest reason why the Sixers are flopping is because you're demanding a 7'2" center to play 5-on-4 basketball and hit every shot for you. Just isn't sustainable. He will be wear down. There will be fatigue in play. It's just going to happen. So that's why they go through it. But that's basically where we're at here. That's basically where we're at. We are going to pretty much end it here. So I want to thank everybody so much for hanging out today. Sixers game 6 tonight. Looking forward to it. Excited, nervous, pumped, bothered, annoyed, scared, happy, you name it. So many damn feelings running through my mind about this game. Looking forward to it, though. And then, yeah, tonight we will have a post-game show. So looking forward to it all. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today on this Water with Brodes, I guess you could say. See you guys next week in terms of Coffee with Brodes. See you guys later in terms of podcast.